Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. In the previous verse, Shri Krishna said, Shrutvanyebhya upasate. Some people who cannot meditate, who cannot do karma yoga, who cannot follow the path of knowledge or jnana yoga, they Shrutvanyebhya upasate. They worship what they have heard. Heard from whom? Heard from acharyas, heard from spiritual teachers. People have heard so many things about spirituality from their family members, from their elders, etc. Particularly in a country like India, spirituality is heard. Everywhere you go, you see some form of spirituality. You cannot ignore spirituality or religion in India, which is not the same in other countries. So you see spirituality being practiced. Let it be of any religion, you see spirituality being practiced. And so you get an idea of spirituality since childhood. And then if you open YouTube or you open such social media platforms, there also there is tremendous amount of content on spirituality. So spirituality is something which you get in various ways, and having got that, not having the time or energy or interest or inclination to understand in depth spiritual things, people, they just go to temples and worship. They go to mosques, the churches or synagogues or whatever they go, wherever they go, whatever the faith tradition they are following, they go and worship because that is what they understand. Majority of people are like that. The masses are like that. Even they, if they think that that particular deity or God which they are worshipping is the supreme refuge, if it is supreme refuge, then they parayana means supreme refuge, then they will also go beyond death. They will also go beyond death. Then in the next verse, 26th verse, Shri Krishna says, Yavat sanjayate kinchit sattvam sthavara jangamam kshetra kshetrajna sanyogat tadvidhi bharatarshava. Bharata Rishabha means bull. So in olden days, just like you say lion among people, so in olden days telling bull among people was considered to be a appreciation, considered to be an indication of the great qualities of a person. So bull among Bharatas, that means bull among the descendants of the Bharata dynasty, King Bharata. So Bharatarshava, Yavat kinchit, whatever, Sthavara Jangamam, Sthavara means unmoving, like tree, etc. Sthavara and Jangamam moving. So Sthavara and Jangamam. Sthavara like tree, etc. Unmoving, Jangamam moving. So whatever is moving and unmoving, Sattvam being Sanjayate is born, Tat, that is Kshetra Kshetrajna Sanyogat. That is by the union of Kshetra and Kshetrajna, the field and the knower of the field. Vidhi, know this. So whatever is born because of the coming together of the knower of the field and the field. What is knower of the field and the field? We can compare this to Drik Drishya. Drishya, the seen, and the Drik, the seer. The seer and the seen. So there is this wonderful text called Drik Drishya Viveka. Drik Drishya Viveka. So what is that? The vichara or the discernment between what is seen and who is the seer. So Kshetra is the field and Kshetrajna is the knower of the field. Kshetra is the object, Kshetrajna is the subject. So unless object and subject come together, why do they come together? They come together because of ignorance, avidya, ajnana, maya, adhyasa. What is adhyasa? Superimposition. In the famous Adhyasa Bhashya, the introduction to his commentary on the Brahma Sutras, Adi Shankaracharya, Acharya Shankara, he talks about itara adhyasa hai, itaretara adhyasa hai. That means mutual superimposition. The conscious is superimposed on the unconscious and the unconscious is superimposed on the conscious. You suddenly feel that the body is conscious. Similarly, you suddenly feel that the Atman is unconscious. So, itaretara adhyasa. The kshetra, the field, is superimposed on the kshetrajna, and the kshetrajna, the knower of the field, is superimposed on the kshetra. So, this is itaretara adhyasa. This is itaretara adhyasa, which is mutual superimposition. Mutual superimposition happens. So, why does this happen? Because of adhyasa. What is adhyasa? Because of ajnana. Ajnana, because of not knowing one's true nature, this happens. And so what happens? The attributes, itaretara, dharma also are adhyasa, superimposed. Dharma means properties. So the properties of the field are superimposed on the knower of the field. And the properties of the knower of the field are superimposed on the field. So suddenly you feel that the inert object is conscious, and suddenly you feel that what is conscious is become inert, etc. Because your true nature is Atman, Brahman, but you think you are dying and getting birth, getting born. So this happens because of lack of discernment or discrimination of one's true nature. So the viveka is not there. And this false idea, mithya jnana, false knowledge, gives rise to this separation of kshetra and kshetrajna. Separation means not separation like you understand what is kshetra or kshetrajna. There is only Brahman, but the person understands object, sees the object. That seeing of the object happens because of ajnana. The moment one understands that there is no other, there is no dvitiya, there is no second, then that seeing of that difference, it vanishes. And this vanishes, and then that difference vanishes, and then the kshetrajna knows that there is only subject, there is no object. The kshetrajna knows that there is only subject and there is no object, and that is what is called nitya anitya vastu viveka. Viveka, discernment between what is permanent, real, and what is unreal. Only Brahman is real. All other things are unreal. This nitya anitya vastu viveka has to be done. And once that, so all these things which we see, all that takes birth, whatever, moving or unmoving, whatever takes birth is because of the coming together of kshetra and kshetrajna. That means because of chit jada granthi, the granthi, the knot between consciousness and unconscious. So this is a knotty problem, K-N-O-T-T-Y problem, and so that is why we have so much of misery. So this will be understood when a person knows one's true nature. Then Sri Krishna says, Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram vinashyat swavinashyantam yah pashyati sapashyati. Sarveshu bhuteshu, sarveshu all, bhuteshu living beings, samam tishtantam, samam equally, tishtantam existing, vinashyatsu in the dying, aminashyantam deathless, parameshwaram the supreme Lord, yaha pashyati, yaha who pashyati sees, saha pashyati, that person sees everything. That means that person really sees the truth. Who sees the truth? A person who sees the Supreme Lord existing equally in all living beings. So, a person who knows that there is only ultimate reality, there is nothing else, that person sees Lord existing equally in all beings, and that Lord is existing as deathless. Vinashyatsu avinashyanta. Among those that have destruction or death, among the dying, avinashyantam. Avinashyanta hai. That person, that God, Supreme Lord, is undying. Because that is the ultimate reality. That is the reality which has got no destruction, no end. So, endless, infinite reality. That reality is there in all the living beings without any death. So, that person, one who knows this, knows the ultimate truth. Then Sri Krishna says, Samam pashyan hi sarvatra, samavastitam ishwaram, na hinastyatmanatmanam tato yati param gatim. Param gatim yati. So that person goes to the highest gatim, goal. Yati goes. Who goes? He, since sarvatra samavastitam ishwaram pashyan. He, since sarvatra, everywhere, samam, equally, samavasthitam, existent. Samavasthitam, equally existent. Ishwaram, Lord, pashyan, seeing, atmana, by self, atmanam, self, na, not hinasti, injures, tatah, so, param, highest, gatim, goal, yati, goes to. So a person who sees the Lord existing everywhere equally, that person does not injure the self by self. Injure Atman by mind. The self, second self is lowercase s, and the first self is uppercase s. So uppercase s denotes self, Atman, and lowercase self denotes the mind, body, etc. The conglomeration, the combination of mind, body, prana, etc. That means the person, individual soul, which thinks itself to be different from Atman. So what happens? Once a person sees Lord to be existent everywhere equally, then that person understands what is the true reality. Once the person understands what is true reality, that person immediately understands one's true reality. Once that person understands one's true reality, this individuality goes away. Swami Vivekananda, in one of his lectures on Jnana Yoga, says individuality. He makes a stress on that word, and people are afraid to lose individuality. Why? Because they think that is their true nature. But no, that is not your true nature. Your true nature is Satchit Ananda. So, when a person sees Lord equally to be present everywhere, then that person does not injure one's true nature by individualizing one's nature. By thinking that I am this limited body, mind, etc., that person does not injure one's true nature. Atmanam na hinasti. So in the Upanishad it said, Atmahano Janaha, a person who does not understand one's true reality, who does not put effort to understand one's true reality, is killing those people. Atmahano Janaha, they kill themselves. So one does not injure self by self. That means by having a limited understanding of one's true nature, a person does not injure Atman by Atman, and so goes to the highest goal. And so a person who is ignorant, a person who is caught up in the world of Maya, like most people, or in the world of avidya, ajnana, that person considers anatma or non-self, that is the body, mind, intellect, etc., as the self, and so kills the self. Atmanam hinasti. So a person who has understood one's true nature does not do that anymore. That person stops doing that anymore. That is why Sri Krishna says, Prakrityaiva cha karmani kriyamanani sarvashah yapashyati tathatmanam akartaram sapashyati. So what are the two crucial factors which govern the realm of Maya. Kartrutva, the sense of agency, and the sense of experiencer, being an experiencer, or the sense of enjoyership, bhoktrutva. So, yaha, who, cha, and karmani, actions, prakritya, by prakriti, eva, alone, sarvashah, all, kriyamanani, being done, tatha, and atmanam, the self, akartaram, actionless, pashyati, sees, saha, that person, pashyati, sees. So, that person sees means what? This usage, that person sees, means that person sees the truth. In reality, it is that person who sees that all the actions are done by Prakriti. It is Prakriti that does all the actions, and the self, Atmanam, is Akartaram. Atmanam is Akartaram. Pashyati, Saha Pashyati. A person who sees this, that person sees the true reality. This is what is told here. Then Sri Krishna says, Yada bhuta prithak bhavam ekastam anupashyati tata evacha vistaram brahma sampadyate tada. Yada, when bhuta prithak bhavam, the separate existence of all living beings, ekastham, inherent in one, in the one reality, anupashyati, sees, tatah, from that, eva, alone, vistaram, has expanded, expansion, cha, and then at that time, tada, brahma sampadyate, Brahman becomes, sampadyate becomes, that person becomes Brahman. So, when a person stops seeing, or when a person sees that the separate existence, this myriad forms and names of all beings are actually inherent in the one reality. And from that one reality, all has expanded. Because of Ajnana, because of Avidya Maya. When a person understands this, then that person becomes Brahman. In the Upanishad it is said, it is told, Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati. The knower of Brahman becomes Brahman. So when does the knower of Brahman become Brahman? When the person sees that that is the one source, Yatova imani bhutani jayante, Shastra yonitvat. When in the Brahma Sutra, this sutra is there, Shastra yonitvat. So there, of course, it is also told that Yoni, this Brahma, is the origin also of the entire universe. Entire universe. It is the origin of scripture. Scripture is this is the place where we get the origin. It is the origin of the knowledge of Brahman. But Brahman is also the origin of scriptures, and it is also the origin of the universe. So why? Because it is told in the Upanishads, in the Vedas, Yato va imani bhutani jayante, from which these living beings come out, and where they shambhishanti, they go and they devolve into, they dissolve into. So from that one Brahman, all this has come because of Ajnana. Just like from one rope, the idea of snake comes, the illusion of snake comes. If there were no rope, will there be any illusion of snake? No. Similarly, if there is no Brahman, there would have been no Brahman, then there would have been no universe. So, from that one reality, all this has come. When a person understands this, then that person becomes Brahman. Because that person then gets the knowledge of Brahman. In the 31st verse, Sri Krishna says, Anaditvat nirgunatvat paramatmayam avyayah Sharirasthopi Kaunteya na karoti na lipyate. Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, that is Arjuna. Anaditvat, being without beginning. Nirgunatvat, being without gunas. I am this. Avyayam, avyaya, immutable. Paramatma, supreme self. Sharirastha, existing in the body. Api, though, na, neither karoti, neither acts, na, nor lipyate is affected. So, the Atma does not have, Atman does not have any beginning and does not have any guna. It is gunatita, trigunatita, beyond all three gunas. And It is supreme self. It is immutable. It is existing, though existing in the body, it does not act and it is not affected. Why it is not acting and not affecting? It has got no beginning because it has got no cause. And why is it not acting or not affecting? Because it is not the doer, and therefore it is not touched by or it is not affected by any fruits of any actions. So this is sharirastham. Though it is appearing as though it is there in the body, sharirastha api na karoti na lipyate. It does not act and it does not get affected. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.